All right, everybody. A new day, February the 8th. Let's do it today. We have been having a pretty good streak with only easy and medium questions. I kind of hope today will be easy or medium because it's kind of late and I've been through a lot today dealing with other stuff. So my head is a bit hurting right now. So let's hope it's an easy one so we can just blast through it without thinking too much. All right, let's take a look. We start a new week. Let's see, peaking iterator. Oh my god, I have 4 hints. Wait, I might have solved this before. Alright, let's read it first. Given an iterator class interface with methods next. Okay, that's the iterator. Ooh, wow. Oof. Okay, and has next design and implement a peaking iterator that support the peak operation, essentially peak at the element that will be returned by the next call to next. It's initialized the list of 1 to 3, call next gets 1, then call peak, return 2, calling next, will still return 2, call next, return 3, and calling next now will return false. How would you extend your design to be generic and work with all types, not just integer? All right. Peak return time. All right, let's not think about the extension question. Let's just think about how we can do this. All right, so below is the interface of iterator, which is already defined. So we have this iterator. We can call has next, and then we can call next. So which means we don't have to implement this. We don't have to implement this. We can just call from the iterator. That's fine. So all we need to do is peak. How do we peak? Iterator nums. Okay. Y iterator has next. Dot peak. Dot next. All right. Let me think. How do you do it? We have an iterator. So what we can do is have the iterator call next. All right. So we can, when peak, when I call peak, I actually call the next and then return, but we save it. And when we call next, we return this. All right, so basically we have to have, because the only way we can get the next value from the original iterator is a call next, which means if we call dot peak, we have to, so we need to have something like has peaked. If it has peaked, we return. So, all right, hold on. What we want to do is, if it has peaked, then we return the peak value. If it has not peaked, then we return the next, which means we have that value called has peaked. If we call peak, then we get the value. If it has not peaked, no. Whenever we call peak, and when we have a peak value, when we have a peak value. So if peak value exists, then we return the peak. Hold on, no, because I can always peak. Peak should be the current. What if I just constantly call peaking, right? We constantly call peak, we call peak, and it should always return the same value, right? If I constantly call peak, it should return the same value, which means I shall always have the top of the iterator in this class. If we always have the top available, Then every time we call peak, we just return this. Every time we call next, we return the value, and we call the next. So we will save the new one. That might work. And then has next basically is to check if this value is. Yep. I think I have a solution. All right, I think this is a medium most, probably easy. I think we got lucky again. Well, if you keep solving this type of problem, I think eventually your skill will drop because it's always easy or medium. Sometimes you need a difficult question just to, get back in shape. But you don't always have the time or mentality to always solve difficult questions. So I am not complaining that these are easy. Honestly, I'm not complaining. This is actually good. Okay, iterator. Doesn't matter. Alright, so what we need to do is self.iter equals iterator because we want to save it here. And then self.top equals iterator.next. I didn't say what we're gonna return if I think I have to check iterator.next. Iterator.next. If iterator.has next, else it's gonna be none. So top is this, and then we're ready. Peak. If self.top is not none, return self.top. Hold on, but what if it's none? What we're gonna do? Let's test it. And call as such, has next. Oh, I always call has next first. It will peak and have, so we don't have to even worry. So this is, I can just return because it's fine. We just return this, and when we call next, we're gonna do self.iter. Yeah, I said just change this to self.iter. So everything is self.iter. So return equals self.top. Then we're gonna say self.top. Basically, we just do this one again and return ret. All right. And then has next will be return self.top is not none. If it's not none, then it's true. If it is none, then it's not true. Okay. I think that's my solution. Let's test it. See how I fare. How do we select everything? Try it. Okay. Looks good. Let's try. Has next. And say like, oh, this is not. It says it will always call this and call it as such. Next peak, next neck has next. What if I like do like this? What's gonna happen? No expected answer. All right, so we're gonna do initiated this, then we call next, and then we call peak. So I think it only allow like this. Oh, sorry, I need another one. Yeah, the only thing I don't like this type of question is just the test case is pretty hard to establish. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh, it cannot peak, so it can only do one, so it does not handle. This one should be right. Yeah. Let's submit. Let's see if it has an error. I'm kind of not in the mood. All right, we pass. We pass. This is an easy question. Most likely, it's an easy question. And then it also says like, can we generalize this so it's not integer? It's actually nothing to do with integer. This is a generalized version. It has nothing to do with integer. And yeah, that's it's a simple question. Must be an easy question. All right, we have this is this seems to me be an easy question. We use a variable. We use an attribute. An attribute self.top to record the current top value in the iterator. Each time peak is called, P-E-E-K, is called, we simply return the top value. Top value changes when next is called. If the original iterator has been exhausted, agotado, exhausted, we set the top value. We set the top value to none. Thus, we can use the top value to also check whether, to also return has next. That is, check whether the top value is none. Let's know O on this. So just say 32 milliseconds. We are ranking at 68%. Yeah, this is oh my god, expect one, contain one white space. No, delete this. Delete this. Yeah, I had a very strict style guides, should I say. All right. There's no solution? I think I've done this before. It's yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. We did it today. Yeah. Peaking. So it's a medium question. Oh, I have not done this before. All right, it's the first time. Discussion. Concise Java solution. Iterator, good. Next. Iterator, next. Return next, yes. Next. No. Yep. it's better. Throw new no such element exception. Advanced iterator. Oh, Java. Oh wait, no. I just call it. I thought I'll just call it. No such element. That's fine. I think it's conversion. Everyone is having about the same. Oh my god. 2015. That's 5 years ago. Fix the text created. What happened? Same thing 1 month ago. Not compile. Not fixed yet. Okay. You don't have the simple solution. When you put it, it's most likely it's simple. 18 hours ago. Oh, he just did it today. Oh wow. We are have the same one. Iterator contains none. Oh. This is interesting. That is true. We cannot handle if the iterator contains none. Huh. That was good. Good question. What if iterator contains none? Then we won't be able to differentiate. We won't be able to differentiate. We need something that's unique. Oh man. So it has to be a special thing. But if we want to use in all situations, talking about all situations, this is not going to work. And this dude has two solutions for this. Ooh. Whether it has been peaked. Okay, comment, that's fine. Peak, we don't return directly. So we say if it's peaked. If not peaked, we get the next one and set this to true. Then we return this. If peaked, if self.peaked, set it to false, else if self-peaked, or it has next. This is good. This is good. Yep. I'm gonna try to implement this myself. Not catch, this is consideration. Alright, this is actually a good solution. Let's try to replicate it. Basically, we cannot rely on this, so we need to have another. Let's say you just create another flag. Yeah, we have to do 1 and 2, otherwise it's going to complain, I think. yeah, we need a flag. So this is fine. This is not fine. We basically have to set it to none, and then we're gonna do self.hasPeaked. That's actually my original idea, and then I kind of dismissed it because I thought this one was better. I didn't realize this is the more generic. This is the more generic version. The version above cannot handle the situation where the iterator contains none. And this one can. I know we don't know about its ranking yet. So false, hasn't peaked yet. So we check if it peaked and say if self.hasPeaked, then we return this. If it has not peaked, then we say self.top equals self.iter. We call that next. And we don't have to like consider anything. Yeah, this is just like don't put too much rules here. User shall trust the user that they call has next first before they call peak. So basically do this, and then we return self.top, which means this is not the best. So we can say if not, then we do this, then return. All right, so call next. If self.hasPeaked, if I have peaked, then we say what? If it has peaked, then we shall return a current value, but we still need to increment. Okay, if it's not peaked, then we need to, so when we peak, we do this, right? Which means the top does contain, but contain only when you peak, right? If has not peaked, we do this, and then the top contains the value. And then if it has peaked, if we have peaked, then we shall return self.top. We don't do the next. We do the next only under the peak situation. And if it has not peaked, right? If I have not peaked, then I have to do we have to do the next thing, right? The next thing. So we have to return self.iter.next, right? But what about the flag, right? If it has peaked, and then we return this, and then we need to also set the self.hasPeaked or set it to false, because I take it away, which means we got a new one which has not peaked yet, and then we return self.top. And if it has not peaked, then we just return directly. And has next. So if it has peaked, then definitely has, if has peaked is true, then it has next. If it has not peaked, we're gonna say self.iter.next. No, that has next. Something like this. Let's give it a shot. I also have to copy this. Reference. Submission. No, oh, it's this one. Don't submit yet. Run the code first. Always run the code first. Oh, we got a wrong answer. All right, let's try it again. Peak. So every time, so okay, so we only increment and save on the top in here. All right, and then every time we peak, now we need to check whether it has peaked. If it has not peaked, then we get the next value and then return the next value. Oh, I forgot to set self dot has peaked equals true. Not peaked, now we set it to true, and then we get it, and then return it. And next, if it's peaked, set it to false, return this. If it's not peaked, let's try it again. Okay, that's good. Let's try it. Good, this is good. We got it. And actually clocked in a little bit faster, but I guess it doesn't really matter for this 88% ranking. Yeah, this is good. This is a better solution. Yep, it's good. And I'm also going to upvote on this because he realized the error here. All right, 2 solutions. That's good enough for us, and we actually solved the follow-up. So that will be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Adios.
Halloween, please.